Hey guys, this is Surex Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of the Kombat Kodex. I wanted to apologize for the delay in getting this episode out. I did unfortunately fall quite sick over the weekend, so I wasn't able to record this episode, which is why you get a double special today. If you're watching this as it comes out, this episode's going to be about Sindel, who was recently announced in the Rulers of Outlawed trailer, and the next episode, which will follow probably about 5 hours after this one, will be about General Shao, who was also revealed on the Rulers of Outlawed. Now, without any further ado, let's get into these 10 facts you probably didn't know about Sindel. Little bit of a disclaimer at first, there's not a lot of interesting facts about Sindel. A lot of her character lies in her story, not in the obscure knowledge around her. That said, I did manage to get 10 facts that were interesting. Some of it's unfortunately just going to be a little bit of a Sindel history recap by me. Starting off with fact number 1, Sindel was inspired by old kung fu cinemas like most of Mortal Kombat and all of its characters. She was specifically based on the film The Bride with White Hair, and was even referred to as the Bride during MK3's development, as she did not receive her name until very late in the game's development cycle. This film, kind of the reference here is that it follows, I personally haven't seen it, this is a description from Google. It follows a lady who is a bride, she's going to get married, something bad happens as it normally does, and she turns into a witch with white hair. The important part I missed is that as a bride she had black hair, as a witch she gets white hair. Sindel has white and black hair, that's why they referred to her as the bride. That's the context there, you're welcome. Fact number 2. Sindel is the first character in the Mortal Kombat series who uses the power of flight in her moveset. And in modern Mortal Kombat games, she is one of the most effective flight-based fighters. This can be seen in the Mortal Kombat 1 trailer, as well as the most recent Kombat cast, where Sindel has very high dominance in the air. She was also quite dominant in the air in MK9 and MK11, and since then, there have been other characters who have followed her playstyle. Some notable examples are Hawkgirl in Injustice and Spectral Ermac in MKX. Fact number 3. In Mortal Kombat 9, during the Test Your Luck minigame, a modifier called Headless Combat can be applied to the game, which removes the head of any combatants fighting, and it also removes any moves that are associated with that character's head. This doesn't affect many fighters, however Sindel is one of the ones who it does, and it strips away 4 moves from her core set. Her Scream, her Fireballs, both the high and the low, and her Hair Whip, making her much harder to play and severely limiting her combo potential in that mode, kind of making it an unofficial test of if you're really good at Sindel. Fact number 4. In Mortal Kombat 11, Sindel suffered one of the most offensive retcons to any character in Mortal Kombat history. And yes, we were not going to make a top 10 fact video about Sindel without talking about that travesty that is MK11. Her core character was changed into a liar, she's been turned into a basic sexy villain. She sees men she likes like Johnny Cage and she's like, oh, I want to hit that. But also, I'm evil, so you're my slave. They took a complex character, threw her out the window, and introduced a very much nothing burger. She was just revealed to be overall kind of a horrible person. They completely 180'd on her entire story, and it was all because she looked goth. This completely contradicts her storyline post-brainwashing, but thankfully, what we've seen of MK1 so far seems to suggest that they've let go of that storyline and fixed Sindel. For fact number 5, we have another detail introduced in MK11, is that Sindel considers Mileena to be her daughter in that part of the timeline. More so than Katana in fact, as this version of Sindel is not a good mother or person, and rejects Katana due to her, again, just being a good person. She sides with Earthrealm, so Sindel's like, no, absolutely not. We don't actually see MK11 Sindel interact with Mileena at any point outside of non-canon intros, as she doesn't appear in the story herself, but we do get this interesting tidbit through interactions that Sindel actually likes Mileena. And then in MK1, Mileena is actually Sindel's biological daughter and heir, which is very interesting. Moving on to fact number 6, in canon, Sindel is the only Revenant who was not saved by tangling Raiden's magic with Quan Chi's. Instead, it was a mix of Shang Tsung's power, Fujin's power, some Jinsei, and Shao Kahn's soul chamber, all together combined to save her. This proves that the Revenants can still be saved even though Scorpion killed Quan Chi at the end of MKX, and a big plot point was that the Revenants could no longer be saved. This disproves that, It just proves that all Raiden had to do was kidnap some revenants and actually put in the work to save them this time instead of giving up. But, you know, damn Raiden. Moving on to fact number 7, in Injustice 2, Raiden and Sub-Zero, who both appear as guest characters in that game, make several references to Sindel when talking to other characters, notably Black Canary for the obvious, you know, Scream Power, Scream Queen comparison, and Starfire. Starfire also has the really long flowy hair, so that, you know, that could also be the comparison there to Sindel in that case. But moving on to fact number 8, in Mortal Kombat 1, Sindel is actually the rightful Empress of Outworld and marries Jared to quell rebellion. As of right now, the actual semantics behind it are unclear. We don't know if Sindel was the rightful monarch, or if Jared was and she married into being Empress, or if he married into being Emperor. We don't exactly know how that worked just yet, but her bio definitely suggests that she was the rightful heir, and that she had to marry Jared for political reasons. However, that marriage worked out very well, they were happy together, had 2 children, and now Sindel's fighting to protect Melina and Katana's spot as the heirs to Outworld, specifically Melina, as she is, you know, suffering with that whole Tarkot disease thing. Moving on to fact number 9, as of now, and this video is recorded about 2.5 weeks before MK1 comes out for early access on September the 14th. But as of right now, Sindel is the only character in Mortal Kombat 1 who has the ability to interfere with and even steal the opponent's cameo fighter. She's able to use your own cameo against you, even making it that when you use a breaker, your cameo will attack you and pop up for a combo, rather than breaking the already going combo. As of right now, as I mentioned, Sindel's the only character who can do this. This may change with DLC inclusions, but it does make her one of the most incredibly unique and interesting from a fighting point of view in Mortal Kombat 1 so far pre-launch. Moving on to fact number 10, Sindel has made 1 live-action movie appearance so far, with another one currently in the works. She appears in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, played by Nusita Vandar, and has the most corny dialogue of all time. That is the second worst portrayal of Sindel behind MK11 Sindel. It's really bad, seriously, look it up, it's awful, it's not so bad it's funny, it's so bad that it's bad. It's just not good. And she will appear again, and is confirmed to have an appearance in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie, currently being produced by WB, and she will be played by Enna Fu Nguyen. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but we don't know any further details about this role at this point, as the film has halted due to the actors' strike going on. Well guys, that brings us to the end of these 10 behind the scenes and obscure facts about Sindel that you probably didn't know. Let me know in the comments down below if you're excited to see Sindel return in Mortal Kombat 1. And as I almost forgot the bonus fact, Sindel is my second favorite Mortal Kombat character. Havoc is my first, Sindel is my second. Aaron Black's probably my third, but he's definitely not making it in this game just yet. But yeah, let me know what you think of Sindel down below. Thanks for liking, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, and I will thank you for liking if you do. And share this video with your friends. And I will see you guys later today for General Shao's Kombat Kodex. Thanks for watching, peace out.